Danielle from SEA Tutoring Center, and today I'd like to help you learn about adding fractions with unlike denominators. So before we get into it, the important thing to remember about fractions is that they're pieces of a whole number. That means that it's not an entire value, it's a piece of a value. So if you're trying to add fractions together, you have to put them into the same amounts before you can do that. That means that we have to get a common denominator. A denominator is the amount that the fraction is out of. The numerator is the amount of pieces that you have. So for example, if you have the fraction 1/3, that means you have 1 out of 3 pieces. If we want to add this fraction to something like 1/4, we can't do that as is because we have 3 and 4. We need those to be the same. The way that we make that happen is by finding the lowest common denominator. The best way to go about doing that is to list the multiples for each denominator that you see. So the multiples for 3 would be 3, 6, 9, and 12. Let's do 4 now. So it would be 4, 8, 12. Now once you notice that you have the same multiple for both numbers, that's your lowest common denominator. That's the number that we want to use. So what we have to do to make that happen is we want to figure out what do we multiply 3 by to make it equal 12. In this case, 3 times 4 would give us 12. So we're going to times this fraction by 4. And there's the 12 that we're looking for. Now, what's very important is we can always manipulate the fractions, but we can't change their value. So if we're changing the denominator, we also have to change the numerator. We do that by multiplying by 4 as well. So now this fraction became 4/12. Now we're going to do the same thing with the fraction 1/4. We notice that if we multiply 4 by 3, we get the 12 that we want, so we're going to do that. Like I said, we can manipulate it, but we cannot change the value, so we're going to do the same thing to the numerator. And now this fraction became 3/12. Once your fractions are of the same denominator, we simply just add the numerators together, which would be in this case 7. We keep the same denominator because again, we're adding the pieces out of the whole. And our final answer would be 7/12. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel for more future videos from the SEA Tutoring Center.